In the book Antifragile, Things That Gain from Disorder, Nassim Nicholas Taleb shared insights on optionality that can be expanded to new product development environments. This presentation provides an introduction to nonlinear gains associated with antifragile systems that may be realized by designing new product development environments that help individuals improve their capability to synthesize many new options continuously and enhance their proficiency to exercise options that are attractive. This presentation includes a comparison to concepts represented in Boyd's OODA loop sketch. Taleb's classification of systems as fragile, robust, resilient, and antifragile may be used to characterize development environments. Every development environment can be characterized in terms of its fragility, robustness, resilience, and antifragility. A development environment that tends to be fragile does not welcome disorder. When uncertainty is injected, the results may be unpleasant. In a fragile development environment, one obstacle can prevent the realization of value. Examples of harmful conditions include incorrect, incomplete, or misleading information, a problematic handoff between functional groups, and disagreements among functional groups. Unpleasant results may include delays, cost overruns, and insufficient adoption of the product. Individuals tend to be frustrated. The more fragile the development environment, the less likely it is to thrive. From project to project, a robust development environment tends to survive unchanged. Processes tend to be preserved. Individual contributors tend to retain their employment status. From project to project, a resilient development environment survives changes from external factors. After a project is complete, there may be changes such as a rearrangement of the organizational chart. The organization survives to serve the needs of the next project. The word antifragile is an adjective created by Taleb. It can be defined as the exact opposite of fragile. According to Taleb, quote, antifragile is beyond resilience or robustness, end quote. An antifragile system thrives and grows when exposed to a moderate amount of volatility, randomness, disorder, and stressors. An antifragile system benefits from a moderate amount of adventure, risk, and uncertainty. In Chapter 7, Taleb described the concept of iatrogenics as, quote, damage from treatment in excess of the benefits, end quote. Another definition of iatrogenesis is preventable harm resulting from the treatment or advice of a healer. The word iatrogenesis is not common in new product development, but harmful inputs may come from multiple sources. These include specialists that assume that solutions to development problems relate to their area of expertise, innovation pundits, consultants, and vendors that offer their favorite tools or techniques as solutions, interventionalists that believe that their contributions will improve outcomes, and the status quo. It may be difficult to recognize the harmfulness associated with specific sources of cognitive biases or unvalidated claims. Recognizing harmfulness is more difficult in development environments that isolate individuals of different functional specialties. New product development efforts can suffer from iatrogenesis. Approaches to reduce potentially harmful inputs and reduce potential damage from harmful inputs include requisite variety, disintermediation, and pair development. The concept of requisite variety can be used to emphasize the importance of having a diversity of potential responses in a development environment. The law of requisite variety can be stated as, for a system to be viable, only a variety in responses can force down the variety due to disturbances. The law of requisite variety was formulated by W. Ross Ashby. For a development environment to be successful, only a large repertoire of possible responses can address the variety presented by a complex set of development problems that emerge throughout projects. In a new product development environment, requisite variety may be achieved by mobilizing a network of contributors with diverse specialties and multiple perspectives. To be successful, individuals may require additional training, access to individuals with unique expertise, and cooperation. Without requisite variety, previously successful responses to familiar patterns may not be recognized as insufficient responses. Without a variety of potential responses at the appropriate times, a development environment may be fragile. If there is excessive variety, the agility of the development environment may be reduced. To ensure appropriate adaptability, the network determines that certain responses should be amplified, other responses are attenuated. Disintermediation removes layers between individual contributors and data. It removes barriers between decision makers. One way to facilitate disintermediation in new product development environments involves individual contributors experiencing the interactions of customers with prototypes or other experiments related to the product being developed. Direct observations that promote full fidelity interactions are preferable to mediation approaches such as presenting individuals with reports that summarize activities. Pair development is implemented by facilitating the interaction of individuals of different disciplines, such as a coder and a marketer. Pair development provides an opportunity for interaction that includes activities such as dialogue and sketching. The result of pair development should be the synthesis of options, not a summary of previous activities. Typically, no slide sets are used during these interactions. The purpose of pair development is not cross-training. The purpose is to develop a self-correcting focus and direction informed by the analysis of multiple perspectives. Reducing iatrogenesis is a prerequisite to synthesizing more attractive options. A typical option, such as a financial option, provides a buyer with the potential to take action by a specified date without an associated obligation to buy or sell. Typically, an individual decides to exercise an option based on their perception of value at a specific time. According to Taleb, optionality is a property of asymmetric upside, which is preferably unlimited, with correspondingly limited downside, preferably small. Optionality can be defined as a quality of state where choice or discretion is allowed. In Chapter 12, Taleb stated that, quote, an option is a substitute for knowledge, end quote. In Chapter 13, he wrote, quote, Antifragility supersedes intelligence, end quote. The value of a typical option depends on factors such as the negotiation skills of the individuals involved and the type of control individuals have over their decisions. Development options require additional proficiencies. To improve the potential for success in new product development environments, an option must be more than a negotiated agreement based on speculation. Development options are the most valuable when associated with current capabilities or capabilities that may be acquired within an appropriate amount of time for an appropriate cost within the project constraints. The approach to development within a network of individual contributors includes the interplay of capabilities with analysis and synthesis. Synthesis is a process of connection. Synthesis generates something new and different. A synthesis approach enables one to imagine how several capabilities may work together to produce the desired result. In a properly designed new product development environment, proficient individuals analyze situations and synthesize new options continuously. The interplay of synthesizing options and exercising options includes interaction with the environment that enables a network of individuals to comprehend, shape, and adapt during development. This enables operation at faster tempos and rhythms, and the compression of cohesive observation, orientation, decision, action time cycles. The capability to synthesize many development options and exercise a few attractive development options rapidly and repetitively enables a properly prepared network of individual contributors to realize nonlinear gains that are not possible by alternate approaches such as ones that focus on managing mandates. Concepts related to development options have similarities with concepts represented in John Boyd's OODA loop sketch. The concept of synthesizing development options is similar to the observation and orientation items represented in Boyd's sketch. The concept of exercising development options is similar to the decisions, action, and unfolding interaction with environment items represented in Boyd's sketch. the outcome from cycles of synthesizing a multitude of development options and exercising a multitude of development options is consistent with victory and a representation of a series of maneuvers in an OODA loop context. The nonlinear gains associated with exercising attractive options in antifragile environments are similar to Boyd's themes for vitality and growth. For each development project, the goal is to change the environment to improve the capability to synthesize a multitude of development options and exercise a multitude of development options that are attractive. To increase this capability throughout development, invest to improve the following objectives. 1. Design the development environment to embrace optionality. 2. Produce new repertoire based on theory and refined by practice with others seeking a high level of proficiency. This will require a sustained, deliberate effort. 3. Develop the capability for rapid cycles of observation, orientation, decision, and action, which is based on the OODA loop concept from John Boyd. 4. Improve the capability to shift rapidly between options, which is similar to the concept of fast transients from John Boyd. This is similar to improving agility. 5. Improve the capability of individuals to synthesize options that are cohesive across the network and cohesive over the duration of the project. 6. Improve the proficiency to exercise attractive options. Identifying attractive options includes developing a holistic perspective and recognizing iatrogenesis. Individual contributors invest much of their time in new product development projects. I refer to an individual contributor's day-to-day and year-to-year set of perceptions and responses as development experience. Their personal investment is what Taleb refers to as, quote, skin in the game, end quote. There are multiple approaches to improve an individual contributor's development experience by reducing fragility, increasing robustness, or increasing resilience of the development environment. An individual contributor's development experience may improve dramatically by designing the development environment to improve antifragility. According to Taleb, quote, the option is an agent of antifragility, end quote. Development options are agents of development experience. Development options drive nonlinear gains in antifragile development networks. Designing to improve development options stimulates better performance from individual contributors, even when there's volatility. This inspires better performance from others. This creates virtuous circles, which are beneficial cycles of development efforts. This inspires greater commitment to project success.